A pleasant day to everyone, especially to our dear research teacher, Sir Mark Leota. I am Ariana Bea Buslan, together with my co-researchers,
Ishan Dumangas, Ivan Aquino, Frederick Joaquin Lipazon,
Yadal Janara Espinasa,
Kennedy Juarez,
John Daniel Darby,
Jimuel Batag.
We are the researchers from the grade 12 Dahaliel, Group 5, and today we're honored to present to you our study entitled Stress and Coping Mechanisms Among Senior High School Students.
Statement of the problem.
This study aimed to determine the significant relationship between the level of stress and coping mechanism among senior high school students that sought to answer the following questions. 1. What are the level of stress experienced by senior high school students in terms of emotional, behavioral, and personal habit? In this area, we explore the multi-phase nature of stress, examining its manifestation in students' emotional responses, behavioral patterns, and personal habits, while confronting their stressors. Second, what are the levels of coping mechanism employed by senior high school students characterized as fight, flight, and freeze? We will analyze how students respond to stressful situations in terms of focusing on the three primary coping styles: fight, flight, and freeze. Third, is there a significant relationship between the level of stress and the type of coping mechanism employed by senior high school students?
Research design.
The study employed a descriptive correlational design, Bandari 2020, describes quantitative research as the process of collecting and analyzing numerical data. In addition, the investigator quantitative research identifies a research problem based on field trends or requirement to explain why something occurs. Criswell 2012, according to Quaranta 2016, descriptive research is a study in which the researcher is primarily interested in describing relationships among variables without seeking to establish a causal connection. On the other hand, correlational research is a type of non-experimental research in which the researcher measures two variables and assesses the statistical relationship between them, with no little or no effort to control extraneous variables. In this study, it is appropriate to utilize the descriptive correlational design since the researcher seeks to determine the significant relationship between the level of stress and dependent variable and coping mechanism dependent variable of senior high school students.
Research local.
Good day. I am here to present the research locale for our study, which is Holchild College of Davao, Green Meadows campus, located in Tugbuk District, Davao City, Philippines. The varied student body combined with the school's conducive learning environment makes this campus well suited for understanding how stress correlates with coping mechanisms in an educational setting. In conclusion, Holchild College of Davao, Green Meadows campus offers a rich and dynamic environment for this study. Its diverse student population and suburban setting provide a unique perspective on student stress and how it is managed. This diversity of academic backgrounds provide a wide range of perspectives, making it an ideal location for exploring the connection between stress levels and coping mechanisms.
Research respondents. The research respondents are the senior high school students, specifically those in grade 11 and 12.
The total number of potential respondents was 1,097 students. This is the entire group the researchers are interested in studying. We used a sample size calculator to determine that 285 students should be surveyed. This smaller group represents the larger population. The calculator used a 5% margin of error and a 95% confidence level. This means the result from 285 students are likely to be within 5 percentage points of the true value for the entire 1,095 students, which is 95,000 out of 100. A random sampling method was used. This means every student in the population had an equal chance of being selected for the survey. This helps reduce bias and increases the generalizability of findings.
Findings.
the study revealed that the overall mean score of the level of stress among senior high school students is 3.60, which falls under the high category and is oftentimes manifested. This indicates that many students frequently experience stress, possibly due to academic pressure, personal issue, time management, challenges, or other responsibilities that are commonly faced at this stage of their education. These findings emphasize the importance of supporting students in developing and maintaining effective coping skills, especially in high-stress environment like senior high school. It also highlights the need of schools and educators to be aware of students' stress levels and provide programs or a resource that encourage healthy coping behaviors. In terms of coping mechanism, the overall mean score is 3.57, which is also categorized as high and likewise described as oftentimes manifested. This suggests that despite the high level of stress, students are actively using various strategies to manage or lessen their stress. These coping mechanisms may include physical activities, emotional support, time management techniques, or relaxation practices. Furthermore, statistical analysis that 5% level of significance shows that there is sufficient evidence of a very strong positive linear relationship between the level of stress and the level of coping mechanism, as indicated by the correlation coefficient R equals 0.398. This means that as the stress level of a student increases, the tendency to use coping mechanism also increases. It reflects the idea that students are not passively affected by stress, but instead they are making efforts to respond to it through coping strategies.
In conclusion of our research study, reporters on the stress of senior high school students show their levels are high, such as value implies that this particular set of respondents frequently experience stress in their daily lives. This suggests that stress is a significant part of their experiences, affecting various aspects of their academic and personal lives. The level of coping mechanism manifested by respondents is high. This indicates that students often rely on coping mechanism to manage stress, though their effectiveness may vary. So their frequent use of coping strategies reflects the significant pressure they face, with some strategies applied consistently and others only during intense of stress.
Recommendations.
The coping mechanisms of these particular respondents are already reported to be high and oftentimes manifested. The student should still develop a wider range of adaptive strategies to better handle stress, especially in unexpected stressful situations that may arise in their academics and personal lives. While their current coping mechanisms are effective, there is always room for improvement by incorporating healthier stress management techniques such as mindfulness, time management, and seeking social support. Moreover, since the results indicate a high tendency for students to resort to flight responses as coping mechanism, it is important to guide them toward constructive ways of managing stress. They should be encouraged to refrain from destructive coping strategies that may cause harm to themselves or others, such as avoidance, self-isolation, or aggression, instead promoting resilience through problem-solving skills, emotional regulation, and positive outlets like physical activities or creative expression can help them deal with stress more effectively while maintaining their well-being.
Another recommendations are for the teachers and parents. Teachers and parents should play an active role in encouraging students towards proactive coping mechanisms rather than avoidance or unhealthy distractions. By continuously refining their coping strategies and receiving adequate support from their environment, the senior high school students can build long-term resilience, enabling them to handle both anticipated and unforeseen stressors more effectively. Teachers and parents can also help students by teaching them how to spot signs of stress early. This could include feeling anxious, tired, or having trouble concentrating. By paying attention to these signs, adults can help students take action before stress becomes overwhelming. Another recommendation is to encourage students to talk about what's bothering them, and showing them healthy ways to relax, like deep breathing or taking breaks, can make a big difference. Providing regular check-ins in a supportive environment will also help students feel comfortable sharing their feelings. When students are supported by adults who guide them with patience and care, they learn to build resilience. And over time, this strength will help them manage stress better and face future challenges with greater confidence. And lastly, in order to deepen our understanding of stress and coping mechanism among students, future researchers are strongly encouraged to widen the reach of the study by getting respondents from other grade levels in order to get more accurate information. Researchers may also explore this topic using either a qualitative or quantitative approach. By conducting such studies, researchers can gain valuable insights into the factors that influence stress and coping mechanism across different academic strands and grade levels. And that concludes our research presentation. Again, this is Group 5 from Grade 12 Nahaliel. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening.